All right, welcome back. And I hope that you can hear me. Picking up where we left off. Part 2 of the final exam review for Math 107B or Developmental Algebra. If a line has a slope of 1/2 and a y-intercept of 4, what would the equation of this line be in slope-intercept form? First of all, remember that slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So let's plug in what we know. We have a slope of 1/2. We'll put that in where m goes. We have a y-intercept of 4. We'll put that in where the y-intercept goes. That would be our form in slope-intercept form. What would the slope of a line parallel to this be? If a line is parallel, it will have identical slopes. So all we have to do is come up with one that has an identical slope. Then for that y-intercept, we could put anything. We could put -14, we could put positive 59.7, or we could put 3. Either way, that y-intercept is different. If we were to graph these, one would intersect at y equals 3, one would intersect at y equals 4. These would be parallel lines. Perpendicular, you have to have a slope that is inverted and the slope is the sign is reversed. So we take 1/2, we flip it over, and we get 2/1. We change the sign. This was positive, so this would be negative. If we had y is equal to -2x, and again, whatever we want for a y-intercept here, let's put 3/2, just to be different. This would be perpendicular to it. All right. What would be the equation for this linear inequality? First of all, notice that the line is dotted. We are going to have something that is less than or greater than, but not equal to. Also note that the shaded area is above the line. That means y is going to be greater than. What kind of a slope do we have? Pick a point. Pick another point where the line intersects. It goes up 1 and over 1. Do a couple just to make sure, but it is always going up 1 and over 1, and it is going in the negative direction. If we put a little skier dude on this hill, his poles would be up in the air going wee all the way downhill. So we have a slope of -1. What is our y-intercept? Positive 4. The equation of this line in slope-intercept form would be y is greater than -x plus 4. Here's something to give you a little breather before we head into the last section. So if I calculate things correctly, you're feeling about like this right now. All right, absolute value inequalities. We love them. They're back from Unit 1, and you will want to review them before you tackle this final exam. So what do? Remember, absolute value reflects that nature that it is a distance, and that distance could be either in the positive direction from 0 or in the negative direction from 0. So to reflect that, what we do is we drop the absolute value bars and keep one exactly as written. Then we also write another one. However, we flip the sign and we flip the operator and change the sign. Now we have two inequalities to solve. We'll add 4 to both sides. When we do, we get 3x is greater than 6. We divide both by 3 and we get x is greater than 2. Again, to solve the other one, we'll need to add 4 to both sides, which gives us 3x. When we add 4 to -2, we end up with just 2. X, therefore, is less than 2/3. And if we were to go and graph this, we would have something like this. X is greater than 2. open circle because it cannot include 2, but all the numbers greater than 2. X is less than 2/3. X is all of those numbers less than 2/3. We have a disjunction. All right, find the ratio of X to Y. Remember what that means? That means we want our answer to be a ratio of X to Y. This is what we are shooting for. That's what we want our answer to look like. So what are we going to have to do to get this to look like that? Right now we have X and Y on different sides. We can start with either getting the numbers in the right place or the letters in the right place first. I'm going to start with numbers. I want to get X all by itself. How do I do that? Divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 gives us just X. 4 divided by 3 times Y on the other side. We want to eliminate Y on the right side and get it over to the other side. How do we do that? Right now it is being multiplied, so we will want to divide by Y. Y divided by Y gives us 1, and it gives us X divided by Y on one side, 4 divided by 3 on the other side. Does this look like our goal? Yes, it does. We have found the ratio of X to Y. All right, how many solutions to this system of equations? We can look at this a couple of different ways. What I like to do is I like to transform both of them into slope-intercept form, because what the slopes and the y-intercepts are will give you a lot of information. So if I want to transform the top one, what I need to do is subtract x from both sides. When I do, I get this. Therefore, I know it has a negative slope and it intersects the y-axis at 1. Let's do the same to the bottom. We'll subtract x from both sides and we get negative x plus 9. Divide both sides by 3. Y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 3. All right, here is something we can do something with. Now remember, unless they are parallel, you will have at least one solution. These are not parallel. The slopes are different. So there's at least one solution. Are these the same line? No, they are not. The slopes are different, the y-intercepts are different. These are two different lines. Therefore, they will intersect at one point, and that one point where they intersect is your one solution. If we had put these both, transformed them, and could tell that they were the exact same line, then there would be an infinite number of solutions. But that was not the case. We could tell that these were two different lines. Therefore, they have one solution because they are not parallel. All right, we made it to the end of the review. If you feel comfortable working these types of problems without help, then you will do great on this test. If you don't, that means a clue to you to go back and dig into those lessons and do some reviewing. Come to live help. Mrs. Lake, when you did that review, I don't understand how you did those ones with absolute value. Can we please work on some together? I would be glad to. I will be in live help Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, May 26th, 27th, and 28th. For anybody who wants to stop by and work on those, you can send me a Kmail message. Mrs. Lake, I don't understand how you graphed that problem, and then give me a clue to which problem it was so I know which one you're working on, and I can give you some help through Kmail too. So here is something to get you on your way, and I hope you are all feeling like this at the end of the day on June 2nd.